back to Farmlife Budgeting. I have pulled the money that I need that needs to go back to the bank this week. I've also pulled what needs to go back into my wallet. So we're putting 13 into food, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And as you can tell, I changed my envelopes. Let's move this over here. These envelopes are by a little of it all. And I've had them for a while. 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just hadn't been using them. Kristen, because I don't have a spending envelope in this, is getting 25. And at the end of the month, at the end of March, I will pull all the money that I have left in my wallet. 20, 45, 50, 1, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. The reason I am leaving it in my wallet is to try to teach myself discipline about spending money. Like, I don't want to spend, just because it's in my wallet doesn't mean I have free reign to spend it however I want. So that's kind of why I'm leaving the money in my wallet. Dad is not getting anything this week because his envelope's empty in my sinking fund. Okay. So we are going to cash stuff if I have the correct denominations. 20, 40, 50, 1, and 2 into spending. I should have 59 here. $20, $40, $55, $60, $78, $59. Food is getting 52, so there's 50, 1. I might have to go find some change. I did not go to the bank, I'm just trying to recycle my money. Let's see what this one has. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10, 20. 52. 20, 40, 52. Yes. I pull the money out before I stuff. That way, I'm paying attention. Gas is getting $3 today. It helps me not to overspend. Because if I wipe an envelope out, I wipe an envelope out. And then I can't spend in it until I get more money in it. And it's time to do something in the envelope. Memberships is not getting anything today. Subscriptions is getting 55. 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking for change again. I don't think I got all the change I need. Let's see. Well, 20, 40, 60, 70, 1, and 2. Is online shopping. Kristen is getting 19. That's 55. 30, 20, 40, 50. This is kind of the method to my madness. Sorry, guys. It doesn't really get any better than this. One, 2, 20, 40, 60, 60, 83, 20, 40, 50. Still sore today. Credit card is getting 85. Insurance is getting 50. I don't know why I pulled that out, but we'll put it back in. $20, $40, $50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This should be around $100 for gas. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 5, 10, 15, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So that stuffing takes care of all of these challenges. Oh, there it is. Once they're funded, they go in our finished, so we can recap at the end of the month. This $100 was an extra bonus. So it's going over into my extra cash. For our next round of fitness challenges. How I do this is each week, or like on payday Fridays, because I get paid every 2 weeks. On payday Fridays, I take and pay all the bills, and then I draw my extra out. And that goes into this pouch, which is where the completed challenges but still need funded challenges go. And this is what we've finished this week. So they go into that envelope. And then when I draw my paycheck out, I fund my savings challenges. Like, that's the money I put in my savings challenges. Each Friday or each Thursday night, I close out my weekly books. I pull that money. Let me move this. I pull that money and, like, I check all my transactions. If I spend anything on my cards, do I need to pull anything and put it back to the bank? The gas money, I transfer to, I have a one-pay card, which is how I get paid by Spark, if I spark any. But I use that for gas pumps, because if I use Murphy's, I get a discount. So each week I go through and I pull it like this. I make a note of what's coming out that week so I can take it back to the bank and make, like, memberships and subscriptions are on a credit card. They automatically pay on a credit card. So I make that payment weekly or every 2 weeks. I don't go to the bank every week. I go every 2 weeks. So this automatically comes out every 2 weeks. My debt payments come out every 2 weeks. My insurance, I pay that on a credit card, but I always pay the bill first before I pay the bill, if that makes sense. Like, I make sure the money and the payment has went through on my credit card before I pay that payment. Because that credit card does have a balance. So my car insurance automatically runs on my credit card. I just like having the money in there before I pay that bill, if that makes sense. But anyway, this cash pull gets us through the 20th. well, technically the 21st, because that is a membership, which will run on a weekend, and I want to make sure I have enough money on the card to cover all my memberships. That runs from the 6th to the 20th. Because I don't get paid again until the 20th. So, the 21st, I don't have time to put that money on to the card. Like, I don't have time for it to process before that payment runs. So, that's kind of how I do my things. When I do another cash pull, we will go from the 20th. So all these bills, and I don't have April started yet. I've got a couple of things wrote in, but for the most part, I don't have anything else wrote in. But as March goes on, April will fill up. So, like the car insurance is due here. And that's $300. My HP Instant Ink is due here. And that's $35. Netflix is due here. All my bills run on the same day each month. I don't have, like, it doesn't take me long to transfer this over. On my credit cards, I write the minimum payments on my calendar. I do not pay just minimum payments. And my US bank card, I changed the payment date. I think I changed it to the 1st, but I don't remember, so I gotta wait until that bill procs before I can write it down. Let's see, Tiffany is on. This is a Ko-fi membership. Alright. We're just going to wrap this one up here. So, this card is what my car insurance is ran on. This card is what all my Ko-fi memberships and my subscriptions are ran on. My Imagine is for when Dad needs something and I don't have the cash. Like, I have an envelope. And the thing with Dad is, like, I go to the pharmacy for him. His envelope, which I put money in last week, currently only has $12. When he calls me and asks me to pick him up something from the store, it comes out of that envelope. When I go to the pharmacy, it comes out of that envelope. If he does not reimburse me, I have to put it on my credit card if that envelope's empty. So I use that card to take care of that. Eventually, I won't have to do that. Because I will have a big enough fund in his envelope that I can just replace what I use out of my spending money. But for now, that spending money is my money. And he's aggravating me by not paying me back. Because sometimes his stuff is expensive. But we've got April set up way early in March. I don't think there shouldn't be anything else that comes out in April. March is pretty well all taken care of. This check here should be probably about $1,100. So I have quite a bit of stuff I can take care of with that $1,000. And I got a little bit ahead with my taxes. That's the reason some of the challenges that you see that are completed, you guys didn't see on camera because I done my taxes, like my tax money, off camera. Between being busy and not having time to record it, because I have to tear down my recording setup every time that I'm not recording. And then that way it's not in the way. And that's one reason I want to go to just doing a couple videos a week. So that I don't have to continuously pull out my equipment, put it back up. Pull out my equipment, put it back up. And in my office, I haven't figured out a way to get it to just like chill out and, stay set up. I have dogs. I don't want them knocking over my ring light. It's easier if I take it down and up. So, next week, I will be doing all my videos in one day. And then my cash stuffing. Because every week I stuff my wallet. Regardless. Like, as long as I have money in my binders, I stuff money into my wallet. And I know I probably showed you, I didn't show you all my envelopes, but Kristen, food, farm, home, cars, condensati, gifts. Those are my main things. And then this is takeout and dad. Those are my extras. Yes, I could take the envelope, like if I was going to spend something out of one of my binders, like out of one of my envelopes. Yes, I could take the envelope out and put into this wallet, but I don't want to carry the whole envelope with me. I just want to take out the money that I'm expecting to spend. Because if I'm pulling money out of my binders, I've pretty well got an idea of how much it's going to cost me before I even go. This one is my just off-the-wall spending, which is fun. If I take anything out of the Kristen envelope, it can go into this envelope. I have no problems with that. Food. I don't do much with these envelopes right now. I did just go get an oil change, so I took the money out of my cars and put it in here because my oil change cost me about $100. Well, it's like $90 because I get an oil change, tire rotation. So, and I have to take Brian, my husband's, well, he's fiance. We've been together. Let's see, it'll be 12 years in June. So I refer to him as my husband more than I do my fiance. So I'm taking his car in Monday for an oil change. I will put that on. We have a credit card for that mechanic shop, and then I'll pay it when I pay the bills. Because there's nothing on that credit card, and I pay the bills. Let's see, I'm recording this on the 28th. No. This is the 6th. No. Anyhow, this is going to be cut out anyway. I will see you guys next week. Bye.